It is one pub where a smoking ban will be met with a loud groan. A Soho institution best known for its legendary landlord, Norman Balon, the famously rude publican, is retiring after 60 years. However famous his customers, from Francis Bacon to Trevor Howard, Norman has insulted them all. Our arts correspondent, Nicholas Glass, joined the club.
A tiny, smoky, traditional watering hole where you wouldn't be surprised to interrupt the ghost of Geoffrey Bernard knocking back a double vodka. The surviving regulars seem to have been stuck to their bar stools for most of their adult lives. They come for the booze, the ambience, no music, no slot machines, no footy on the telly, and they come for the publican. Soho has known a few characters in its long history. Norman Balon, the self-declared rudest of landlords, can be safely counted among them. At 78, he's retiring.
Well, it's been a very interesting life. I've quite enjoyed it. There's time coming to pop my clogs and call it a day.
So why retire? You know, it's not that old these days.
78 I am.
It's not that old.
Well, look at yourself. You look decrepit.
Insult has been a stock in trade. Norman has regularly featured in Private Eye as drawn by the cartoonist Michael Heath. He called his memoirs, "You're barred, you bastards." Norman has merrily insulted them all, however starry.
We once had Trevor Howard in here, and in those days we sold cigarettes over the counter, and he was in here with something called Helen Sherry, which I think is his wife, or was his wife, or I think he's dead now. And in those days the packet of cigarettes I think was 2 and 4pence, old money. And I was waiting for the money, and Helen Sherry said to him, give the man the money. He said, he'll wait as long as I want. I'm the customer. I said, well, you may be the customer now. I said, but you're not anymore. Keep the cigarettes and off.
The Coach and Horses on Greek Street has traded since 1847. As Norman's, it's had a few memorable customers: Dylan Thomas, Brendan Behan and Francis Bacon. After the Colony Room, it was Bacon's preferred Soho haunt.
I remember him once saying to Geoffrey Bernard, he said, what are you going to do for a living now, young boy, now your looks have gone. And he used to slip a £50 note into Geoffrey Bernard's top pocket on many occasions, not for any reason, just he was making a lot of money and could afford it.
The pub has its own so-called dead corner, a tribute to its long association with Private Eye. The Eye has had its fortnightly lunches here for as long as anyone can remember.
We've had Margaret Thatcher to a Private Eye lunch, and we had Neil Kinnock sitting just there, actually. And somebody said, that's Neil Kinnock in the bar, won't you go and speak to him? I said, well, he doesn't pay any more for his pint of beer than you do. Why? And you're a regular customer. That's the first time he's been in here in 6 months.
I do remember there was an MP called Willie Hamilton, who was famous for attacking the royalty. He was invited to the lunch once, and he came in here and he didn't know where to go. And Norm was on the phone in the corner, and he went up to him and said, where's the Private Eye lunch? He said, I'm on the phone. And he never came back. He left the pub and he never came back. He wasn't invited again.
I mean, I really miss Norm. I mean, unless someone is going to inherit the legacy of indifferent food and even worse wine, I don't know how we're going to survive.
After more than 60 years behind the bar, Norman has mellowed a lot. The few hours we spent with him, aside from his Savile Row suit and Hermes tie, he seemed much like his customers, chatting away and playing cards. He knows he'll miss the place, as it will him.
It's always been a very cosmopolitan place. As I said at the beginning, it's the hinterland of Shaftesbury Avenue.
You can't leave it.
No.
Not really.
We don't know.
Nicholas Glass reporting. Well,